Here we go. Lester's making us a video. You're on video.
Okay, are we rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Okay, now think of this sink as your brain. This is your brain. And your brain is full of different chemicals that regulate your moods and your general well-being, you know, whether you're happy or you're sad or, you know, it's called dopamine. So think of this as your brain. This is the part of the brain that is regulating the dopamine in your brain. The faucet. Do you get that, Vic?
Yeah.
So this is a regular flow of dopamine that's controlling your brain. So now we're going to add some drugs like Special K. We'll just call it Special K this time. It could be anything. It could be methamphetamine or E or ecstasy or anything like that. So we're going to add this to the brain now. And all of a sudden, this triggers the part of the brain that is controlling dopamine, and all of a sudden it's just on, full on. So now the brain is just filling up with dopamine, massive amounts of dopamine. So now it's like, woohoo, we're manic, we're just having a wonderful good old time, we're trancing, we're dancing, we're just, yay, everything is wonderful, I'm the king of the world, I can do anything, I'm a musical genius, or whatever. Okay, so the dopamine is full on in the brain, but the dopamine is basically a reservoir. So once the dopamine runs out, it just shuts off. So now there's no more dopamine running, but our brain is still full of dopamine. So we're just, yay, we're having a good old time, yay. So eventually the dopamine wears off, so all of a sudden now the drain is on. So this is your brain fluids, and now the drain is on, so now we're like, oh, I need to get more drugs. It's like, this is not happening. It's like, oh my God, now I'm severely depressed. Now I want to kill myself. Now I'm jumping off the bridge. Now I'm cutting my hair. Now I'm going off my noodle. I'm completely going off my noodle because my brain doesn't have any dopamine in it. So I don't know what to do. I'm sketching. I'm completely whacked out. So then, normally, then after a while, then the brain starts producing a little bit of dopamine, but it's just kind of trickling out, and it takes a long time for the brain to get replenished with dopamine naturally. Unless, of course, you find more drugs, then it's like just full on again. Then you're, you know, getting high. You'll never get to the same high you were before, because that's always the high you're chasing. You're chasing the dragon. You'll never have that much dopamine in your brain again, but you can try. So then that's great, we're partying again. We don't have as much dopamine in our brain, so, but we're like, woohoo, yay, things are wonderful, things are fabulous. And then, oh my God, I'm gonna kill myself. I have no more dopamine in my brain anymore. So this keeps going on and on and on. And then, so you think, oh my God, something's wrong with me. I need to see a doctor. There must be something wrong with me because I'm experiencing extreme manic and then extreme depression. So I go to some noodlehead psychologist and tell him all these feelings I've been experiencing. I'm manic over here, and then the next moment I'm totally depressed and I want to jump off a bridge. So then we'll get the dopamine running again here. So then the noodlehead psychologist prescribes some drugs. These are drugs now. These are prescription drugs. So then he decides, okay, well, we're going to add this to the brain chemistry now. So we got the drugs coming in. So then the brain recognizes, oh, there's some new chemicals in the brain. We don't have to produce dopamine anymore. So that shuts off. So now we've got these drugs now going into the brain, chemical drugs, which are man-made drugs. So then the brain starts understanding that, oh, we don't need to use this part of the brain that makes dopamine. This is no longer, we don't need this anymore because we have this now to try and control our mood in our body and our brain. So what happens is this part of the brain, because it's no longer functioning, it gets clogged up and it just stops working. It doesn't work anymore. Because now we've got this new source of dopamine. It's not really dopamine though, it's like, it's a man-made type of regulation in your brain. So that's what happens. There's my brain demonstration.
Well, thank you, Les. That was very good.
Yeah, yeah, that was good, Les.
Wonderful. Wow.
Yeah, that was good demonstration.